गुड मॉर्निंग डैलस, गुड इवनिंग इंडिया, गुड इवनिंग चेन्नई एंड गुड इवनिंग बैंगलोर बोलते हुए आप सबको आपका दोस्त, आपका होस्ट आर के राजीव कुलकर्णी का प्यार भरा नमस्कार। भारत अन्वेषण कार्यक्रम में आज का दिन है अप्रैल 28, 2024। सुबह का वक्त है 10:30 AM इन डैलस विच इज सेंट्रल स्टैंडर्ड टाइम ऑफ यूएसए और 9 PM इन इंडिया। आप सबको बहुत ही अभी दिलचस्पी हो रही होगी और बहुत ही वेट कर रहे होंगे कि भाई आज का ये कार्यक्रम के बारे में क्या है, ये प्रयोजना क्या चीज़ है। इसके बारे में जानने के लिए डेफिनेटली आप लोग वेट कर रहे होंगे और मैं भी उतना ही वेट कर रहा हूँ जितना आप वेट कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि मुझे भी उतना ही जानना है जितना आपको भी जानना है। चलिए ज़्यादा वक्त नहीं लेते हुए ये कार्यक्रम शुरू करते हैं। लेकिन हर इतवार को जब ये कार्यक्रम शुरू करते हैं हम गणेश जी का ज़रूर याद करते हैं। आज भी हम गणेश जी को याद करते हैं। चलिए आइए।
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि।
गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमत्ताय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्म सदाराध्याय गुरुपुत्र परित्रात्रे गुरुपाखण्ड खण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्फाय गन्धमत्ताय गोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि।
नमस्कार सभी दर्शकों को राजीव कुलकर्णी का प्यार भरा स्वागत करता हूँ आप सबको भारत अन्वेषण कार्यक्रम में। आज का दिन है अप्रैल 28, 2024 और फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैं सबको मतलब थैंक यू बोलना चाहता हूँ क्योंकि आप अपना 1 घंटा समय हमको दे रहे हैं, ये कार्यक्रम देखते हैं। यू वॉच इट ऑन यूट्यूब एंड वेदर यू वॉच इट straight in 1 hour or whether you watch it in part by part, it doesn't matter, but you watch it, that is definitely a big thing and thank you so much for your support as always. और मैं थैंक यू सब सपोर्टर्स को भी बोलना चाहता हूँ और ऑडियंस को, और प्लस अपना संदीप सदानंद अप्पा हु इज़ माई टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड, जो टेक्निकल बैकअप जो हमेशा हमको सपोर्ट करते हैं, उनको थैंक यू बोलना चाहता हूँ। एंड डेफिनेटली जयश्री मूर्ति जी जो हमारे डैलस में रहती है, हमारे दोस्त है, उन्होंने जो रेफ़र किया है इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को और ये अच्छे लोगों को हमको रेफ़र किया है कि भाई राजीव इनको अपने कार्यक्रम में ज़रूर लेके आना है। थैंक यू जयश्री फॉर रेफरिंग दिस वंडरफुल पीपल। लेकिन एक इनके बारे में बोलने से पहले मैं एक बोलना चाहता हूँ कि हम लोग जो है इंडिया में रह के बाहर आते हैं अच्छे नौकरी ढूंढने के लिए। वी वांट टू सेटल आउटसाइड इंडिया। So during this process, we often forget that we have, our elderly parents back in India, and we forget कि भाई उनको कौन देखेगा, who are there to look after them, and we are so busy running after, so-called money, right? So-called अच्छा life. सो कॉल्ड अच्छा हमको डेज चाहिए, फ्यूचर चाहिए, हमारे बच्चों के लिए फ्यूचर चाहिए, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। लेकिन इन दैट प्रोसेस वी ऑलवेज टेंड टू फॉरगेट, इंटेंशनली या अनइंटेंशनली या जो भी है, बट आवर एल्डरली पेरेंट्स आर लेफ्ट बिहाइंड, दैट इज़ इन आवर मदरलैंड, दैट इज़ इंडिया। तो उस टाइम में वो जैसे उनका एज और बढ़ता जाता है, दैट इज़ द टाइम we have to be very alert, we have to be very careful। उनका अभी क्या करना है, उनको कैसे हमको उनको सपोर्ट देना है। and there are times we face these challenges that they don't want to come where we stay in abroad, whether it can be US, whether it can be UK, whether it can be anywhere outside the country. They want to stay in their own house, they want to stay in their own land, they want to stay in their own village, town, or whatever it is. During that process the challenges comes. To face those challenges, to come out of those challenges and to find a solution, today we have with us Prayojana, the team from Prayojana. They are definitely going to tell us how Prayojana can help such elderly people. And let's welcome Mr. Venkat Krishnan and Mr. Sriram from Prayojana. Welcome to the show, sir. Good evening to you. How are you?
Wonderful, Rajiv. Thank you. Wonderful introduction. Thank you so much. And thank you for having us here. You're doing some great stuff. Thank you.
My pleasure, sir. Always. My pleasure. Because it is such an important thing, such an eye-opening for me that when I saw this about your organization, and when I went through the details of your organization, definitely it's an amazing work you are doing, because that is a need of the hour. I would say that is the need of the hour right now in India, especially for our people, because we see that a lot of kids, a lot of people like us, we are from first generation definitely, but even the younger generation now, they are also coming, in search of good jobs, good living, or whatever we assume, or we come and settle here. And definitely Prayojana kind of organization is the need of the hour. So first of all, thank you very much, because I know how busy you people are, and you are based in different place, and of course Sriram is based in different place. To bring you all together, it's also a little bit of challenge, but the technology always makes it much easier. And first of all, I want you guys to introduce yourself so that our audience, or the viewers can know about you people. Let's start with Venkat, sir.
Good morning and good evening, everybody. मैं जरा हिंदी में बोलूंगा और जरा इंग्लिश में बोलूंगा। मैं हम
प्लीज, दैट इज द आइडिया ऑफ
ये
भारत
ये थे
अन्वेषण।
ये थे विद्याग्रहण बनारस में। तो हिंदी थोड़ा बहुत आ जाता है, पर इंग्लिश इज अ लिटिल मोर कंफर्टेबल दीस डेज। समझ जाता हूँ, पर नो, बात करना इंग्लिश में। तो लेट मी जस्ट स्टार्ट विथ what I do and what I used to do. So I used to work in an IT firm, big company called Cognizant, a wonderful company to work with, and I was there for from pretty much almost from the start. And when I turned 50, decided that कुछ और करना है जिंदगी में, कुछ something little more impactful. And people ask me, why did you start Prayojana? What what was the trigger? मैं ये बोलूँगा कुछ ऐसा specific trigger नहीं था. This product, I think, has been put together keeping people like me in mind. So I used to live abroad. I used to be in the US. I was in the Midwest. Wonderful country, America is. My children were born there. So I know we've done our part, right? I mean, but I know, in a company like Cognizant, you keep traveling. So about 6 months and a year, I'll be out. So somewhere, I think this thought was that there are people like me who are in a different place. Parents are in a far off place. And if somebody told me that, hey, there is this organization which will take care of, be the enabler for you in the care of your parents, I'll gladly grab it. That probably was what prompted start of this Prayojana. And I'll talk a little bit more about detail about what ground rules we set for ourselves. What is the design? How is it that we are different from your typical senior care? When if it is senior care, the first question that comes is, ठीक है, कहाँ पे है आपका जगह, कहाँ पे है? Do you have a senior living community? Is it a gated community? Old age care home hai kya? And that was the first point. So you mentioned in your introduction that parents love to stay in their village, in their city, wherever. But I'll actually add one more to it. They like to stay in their own home. Okay. And yeah, it is contextual, but bulk of people that we have met, they want to stay in the same locality, the same home, sleep in the same bedroom, have the same neighbors, have the same grocer, give them stuff, and so on. So that social status important for that. So we said, okay, so without making them move to a senior citizen home, what is it that we can do? So we'll bring everything that a senior citizen home gives into the comfort of their own home. So that is one we weaved into the product. And then we said, hey, there are some सोचते हैं, when we think about people living away, we think about two things. अरे वो comfortable होना चाहिए, उनके साथ गाड़ी होना चाहिए, नौकर होना चाहिए, ये होना चाहिए, वो होना चाहिए. And then you're also a little worried about their safety, health, and so on and so forth. ये तो automatically आ जाता है. इसका ये सबका 99% of the people ये होता है. But there is a little third element to it, which is हम लोग जी रहे हैं, आप जी रहे हैं, हम जी रहे हैं, कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग के खोज में रहते हैं. कुछ we are always in search of, we are always expecting to do something, anticipate करते हैं. In fact, एक किताब है, उसमें वो author लिखा है, Stumbling Upon Happiness is the book, where the author says that the humankind is the only kind that lives in anticipation. And that is true for elders also.
Yeah.
But they're old and they don't no longer have the energy to do everything that they used to do. But they still have that little, we have to give them that little wow, something to look forward to, something that makes them feel that they are useful. And we did some experiments. I'll talk about it later on how we came over. And that's the name Prayojana. They have to be, so we've been doing this for 5 years now. And we are here. Sriram.
Sriram, yeah.
Hi, namaste, namaskara, vanakkam, and good morning and good evening to everybody who's on the show. Thank you, Rajiv, for having us on your show. It's a pleasure to be here. And I remember about a month or two ago, when we spoke, we decided to be on this, and we couldn't meet in person when you traveled to Bangalore for some reason. But yeah, but it's good to see you on screen now. And yeah, so coming to my background, yeah, Venkat and me have been friends for a while, for some years now, maybe more, a few decades or maybe less. Um, yeah, I've worked in I worked for about 20 plus years in the technology industry. I was in sales. I worked for many companies, ran some successful sales programs in multiple companies. And then I was kind of feeling, I was thinking as to what am I doing? I was traveling a lot. It was just that, I was thinking that maybe, yeah, what more can I do? Work is one, but is there something more that I can achieve? And then one day I just decided to quit. I, I put in my papers and I took some time off to think what I have to do. And then I don't know whether you call it fortunate or unfortunate. COVID happened all over the world. And I quit just before COVID hit. And then, of course, we all had to do something or the other. And we all many of us live in gated communities, condos. And then we just saw how people needed help. It was not just that we who had to help ourselves at home, but we also looked at so many of our neighbors, so many of our friends. We had so many friends who live abroad, their parents live here. Uh, they all they all had that same thing. What next? How do we help them? And subconsciously, we ended up helping each other, and it just manifested into something more when I joined Prayojana. I joined in, I came on board when Venkat and Raj decided to start Bangalore. And that's when I came on board. And since then, it's been now 3 years, 3 plus years, and it's been fabulous. Yeah, it's a nice journey. The good part that I feel is that यहाँ पे मुझे ये लगता है कि यार मेरे मम्मी डैडी तो भी है नहीं, बट मैं जितने लोगों को मिलता हूँ, जिनकी सेवा करता हूँ, जिनको जिनको हेल्प करता हूँ प्रयोजना से, ये मेरे मम्मी पापा को जो करना था वही कर रहा हूँ। बस बस वो एक चीज है जो मोटिवेट करती है, और एवरीडे लगता है कि यार हमको कुछ करना ही है। और ऐसा ना हो कि इसमें भी होती है, थोड़ी बहुत कष्ट भी होती है कभी कभी। वी एंड अप वी आर पार्ट ऑफ द हैप्पी मोमेंट्स एंड वी आर समटाइम्स पार्ट ऑफ द सैड मोमेंट्स एज वेल, बट यही लाइफ है। इसको इससे हम कुछ कर नहीं सकते, बट जो होना ही वही है, बट जो भी होगा अच्छी तरह से करना चाहिए। बस यही एक ये रखता है, मोटिवेशन है कि हम लोग चलाते हैं इसको। और बहुत अच्छा लगता है जिस तरह हम लोग इनसे मिलते हैं, बुजुर्गों को मिलते हैं, इनसे बात करते हैं, कुछ भी हो, एज मीनियल एज एनीथिंग, बट जब भी उनसे मिलते हैं तो बड़ी अच्छी लगती है। तो दैट्स व्हाट कीप्स अस गोइंग। या
Very nice intro by both of you. Thank you so much. So, how many partners are in this, and then why Prayojana, the name itself?
See, we are structured such that the main there are four of us. Two of us co-founded this. So me and Sriram mentioned Raj Narayan. So the original idea was mine, and Raj and I put together the initial framework. And then two more people joined. It was just Chennai first. So they were handling Chennai, and they're part of the overall management guiding team. So 4 partners for the company itself. Then we started Bangalore. So Bangalore we established as an independent entity where Sriram and his partner Kavita run the Bangalore operations under the umbrella. And we love having so even the management team, we have 1 woman and 3 men. Perspective aata hai, acha, and Kavita and Sriram form a good team. And Hyderabad, we expanded to Hyderabad recently.
Oh, very nice.
We have a team there. It's a husband and wife team. And we just started operations a couple of weeks ago, actually. Tamil New Year's Day, when we started our operations officially. So 4 partners. So I mentioned about this name Prayojana. So right. So it is giving a sense of purpose to the elders. That is really why we started this company. So we actually put this. You've heard of Simon Sinek's Golden Circle. He starts on why and how and what. So the why was to we need to give our elders something to look forward to, making their life purposeful. And that's why the name Prayojana as such. And it was not just carved out of thin air. So we did some experiments. Right? It was just me and Raj, me with my father. So my father was a scholar in all Vedic scriptures and so on. He was well versed. And one day I went and told him, hey, you know all this. After you, there's a little drain. So why don't you teach me? So I told him, hey, teach me. Let's start with Purusha Sukta. So simple. And I picked Purusha Suktam because I knew it a little bit, so I won't fail. Okay. So he said, yeah, sure, really? Do you have the... I said, sure, I'll come. So we started on one Sunday, and we went through 2 verses. And he said, okay, so we'll see. And he actually didn't even expect me to come back. So the next Sunday again, I said, hey, I'm coming. So let's just... And he said, really? So we went through, revised, I recited what he told, and he gave me a 6 out of 10, which means it's actually 12 out of 10. And he went through the next 2 verses. The next week, he called me and I said, you're coming? And then I realized that my mother was telling me that, he's been preparing this, that, he's made notes and so on and so forth, right? And this went on for a few months. So suddenly something that was otherwise a mundane existence, he was like, he was very excited about. And Raj runs a kind of a institution to teach people kids math. And it is for kids who don't like math. So it's not like, you're getting 80%, how to get 100%. No, you're getting 40% why, and can you get us to 80%, get you to 80%. And he teaches it in a very interesting way, right? So he has answer sheets and class notes and everything to correct and so on and so forth. So he has 2 kids. And when his second daughter went to 6th standard, his mother used to get her dressed for school and so on. And that was her thing to do. This kid said, Party, I'll take care of it myself. I'm old enough. And suddenly mother was like, hey, so what am I doing here? I'm not really contributing. So Raj gave her these sheets and said, why don't you, these are the things, these are the notes, this is the answer key, why don't you correct it? And she said, no, I can't do all that. No, try it. So she went and did it. She took about a couple of hours to do it. Next day he gave her some more, 1.5 hours. Third day she came and said, okay, so where are my sheets? Can I do? Suddenly there was something else, something for her to do, right? And we did a bunch of these experiments with people. And we realized that more than anything, it is their sense of being useful and being involved and is that was driving their life, right? So we put it at the center of our company, something that will keep them active. Hence the name Prayojana.
Very good. So now you said Chennai, then Bangalore, now Hyderabad is another location. So there are the 3 locations. There any location outside of India yet, or are you planning something?
Outside of India, not sure, but definitely in India, we want to go to a few more cities. Somebody is interested in Cochin, to do something in Cochin. We want to do in the NCR area, perhaps Ahmedabad. See, the thing is, we look for the right seeding team. So we want the right team. See, growth is one thing. We're all enamored by growth. I worked in a company that grew 50% the first 10 years. So we're all enamored by 50% year on year, for the first 10, right? We're all enamored by growth, but we are very careful about the growth. Right. So we, whatever we do, सर्विस में कुछ कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होना चाहिए. And उसके लिए most important है, why are you doing this? If you are doing this for money, that's not the right thing. Why are you doing this? Oh, heart hona chahiye, wo empathy hona chahiye. And so yeah, money will come and all that. That's all a byproduct. But ye hona chahiye. So we look for the right team. So if somebody is listening and they want to be part of Prayojana, yeah, they please feel free, and yeah, we'll chat up what we can do.
So we will take a quick break and we'll come back to you with more discussion on this. Let's have a quick break. Yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la.
खुशियों के फूल खिलाए ला 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 ये मिट्टी चमके ऐसे वो चमके रे सोना जैसे ये मिट्टी चमके ऐसे वो चमके रे सोना जैसे सुंदर अपना गाँव ठंडी ठंडी छाँव गाए मस्त हवाएं आओ झूमे गाए मिलके धूम मचाए हरियाली तुम ये लाए इस वन में बाग लगाए हरियाली तुम ये लाए इस वन में बाग लगाए कितने दिन हम तरसे रिमझिम सावन बरसे छाए काली घटाएं आओ झूमे गाए मिलके धूम मचाए हो आओ झूमे गाए
नमस्ते, वेलकम बैक टू भारत अन्वेषण। आपका दोस्त राजीव कुलकर्णी एक और बार आपको स्वागत करता हुआ। आज का दिन है अप्रैल 28, 2024। ये बहुत ही खूबसूरत गाने के बाद हम लोग फिर से अपना ये कार्यक्रम आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं। हमारे साथ है वेंकट कृष्णन और श्री राम जी फ्रॉम प्रयोजना के बारे में वेंकट जी ने भी बताया, श्री राम जी ने बताया कि भाई कैसे ये शुरू हुआ, और उन्होंने ये एक कदम ऐसे बढ़ाया है कि एल्डरली पेरेंट्स को या एल्डरली पीपल को जो सपोर्ट करने के लिए, जहाँ पे उनके जो बच्चे हैं अब्रॉड में रहते हैं और एल्डरली पेरेंट्स को अगर कोई ज़रूरत है, कोई मदद चाहिए, सपोर्ट चाहिए, तो प्रयोजना इज़ द आंसर। चलिए हमारा ये गुफ्तगू आगे बढ़ाते हुए फिर एक बार आप दोनों को वेलकम कर रहा हूँ, वेंकट जी एंड श्रीराम जी. Welcome back to the show after the small, beautiful break with the refreshing song, I would say, of 70s or 80s. And I always love to play some of this music in between the talk show, because it brings little bit freshness, and my guest also will feel little bit relaxed, that okay, they get prepared, they get some ideas for the next round, whatever is going to happen. So you talked about the location, you talked about how you started this. Now the question is, now I spoke that people who leave the country and stay abroad, and is it only applicable to the NRIs or also the people who live in India?
It's for everybody. It's for everybody. We do have elders whose children live in a different city. For example, somebody lives in Chennai, their son lives in Bangalore. It's not very far actually. But yeah, there's somebody in Delhi whose parents are here. So I saw the children are not with them.
Okay.
That's where. So हमारा motivation है कि हम उनका family बन जाए. So that is, so
Exactly.
we say that Prayojana, your family back home. We act and function like that. Again, goes back to at the start of the show, I said, this product was kind of designed with me and my parents in mind. So if I were abroad, and I'd like to have family to take care of them. So that is and we do even, we do over a period of time become part of their family. There are a couple of occasions where we have designed the wedding invitation of
Acha.
the child's child.
Wow.
उनको ठीक है. So there's no, we don't, ये नहीं बोलते हैं कि the service is for your parents, we can't help you. तो उनका, आपका डॉटर का शादी हो रहा है, तो आप वेडिंग इनविटेशन डिजाइन करना है, ठीक है, हम करके देंगे. एंड ये होता है कि फैमिली जब बनता है, so there are times when I personally used to go and see a lot of elders when we were small, when our team was small. So across the town, and COVID time, driving was very easy in India. So आजकल when I go and see them after a little break, so if I go and see them after a month, पहले scolding होता है. अरे क्यों तुम्हें देख के बहुत दिन हो गया. ये family में ही होता है. This is what my mother tells me if I don't see her for 2 days. So ये होता है. So we look at us as being part of the family, and our success comes when we are accepted as part of the family, and we think as part of the family and act as part of the family. Except that there are no obligations. So it's not like,
That's interesting. Is there any particular prerequisite conditions for people to come to Prayojana? Jaise, for example, to get admitted. For example, if I am an elderly person and my son or my daughter wants me to get admitted. So, are there any like particular prerequisite needs or the requirement?
No, Rajiv, we don't have any prerequisites, but one of the things that जो हम इस प्रोग्राम से जो हमारे सब्सक्रिप्शन से करते हैं कि हम किसी को कुछ बताना भी चाहिए कि प्रोग्रेस क्या है, कि उनके मम्मी पापा कैसे हैं, उन्होंने ये मांगा था, उनकी तबीयत ऐसी थी या उनको कुछ चाहिए था. अगर हम किसी को बताएंगे तो एक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हो जाता है, एक सेंस ऑफ रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और एक अकाउंटेबिलिटी भी हो जाती है. अगर ऐसे भी सिचुएशंस होंगे जो सीनियर सिटीजन्स अकेले होंगे और उनको लगता है कि प्रयोजना जैसे कंपनी से उनका हेल्प हो सकता है, हमको भी लगता है करना चाहिए. ऐसा हम ये तो नहीं हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल की हम नहीं करेंगे, बट एक चीज होता है कि अगर हमारा अकाउंटेबिलिटी और अदर दैट सेंस ऑफ रिस्पांसिबिलिटी टू समबडी तो बताना चाहिए. सो that might be a little one, but there is no क्या बोलते हैं, कोई rules, there's no rule for admission or anything. Children who just want your parents, forget about children for their parents. There are also people, some people who want to sign up for their uncles and aunts. So maybe उनके बच्चे की तरह ही होंगे वो, तो उनको भी लगेगा यार मेरे अंकल आंटी हैं, वो भी मेरे मम्मी पापा जैसी हैं, राइट? सो दे कैन आल्सो गेट हियर. सो ऐसा कोई ये नहीं है कि एडमिशन ही है, बट सो दिस इज हाउ इट इज. सो वी ट्राई, we definitely support everybody who wants to come on board and seeks help. Yeah, they go through the program, they look at the plan on the website. कभी ऐसे भी हो कि किसी से बात करें, कोई most of our members तो हमारे रेफरेंस से ही आते हैं, but there are people who come like जैसे ही कहीं सर्च इंजन में होते, they might just land up at our page, so we end up. So to keep it a very simple thing is that there's no hard and fast rule for admission, but we prefer some of these things. It helps, nothing else, but there's nothing that we wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
It's very hard to say no.
Yes.
And Rajiv,
Yeah,
I
in this
used to
field
be
it's very
asked
hard to
this,
say no.
I used to be asked this question, what age group? Is there a minimum age?
That's what my next question would have been.
So
Like,
what minimum age? And 5 years ago, I used to say minimum age, 65 and above. Yeah, sure. And now I'm 57, so 65 doesn't seem very far away.
yeah.
So I mean, there's actually no. Our youngest member is 59. Our oldest
Acha.
member 94.
94 up to
94.
Okay.
94, and that oldest member still dresses up very well and insists on going to concerts when they happen. And हमें बहुत खुशी होता है to take them along. Yeah. So there's no anybody that needs our support.
So these locations that you have, like you have like kind of a huge facility with a lot of amenities in that. I mean,
We don't
how?
have any facility. We don't have
Okay,
any.
so you
Everything
take
is
care of
done
them. Okay.
at their home. What we do
Okay.
is we pick what the city offers.
Okay.
So city में बहुत सारे चीज होता है. For example, there is always something going on. There will be a play, music, drama. There are temples. There are historical things. So we take advantage of that, and we bring people and get them to experience those. एक म्यूजिक फेस्टिवल होता है तो म्यूजिक फेस्टिवल तो hundreds of concerts होते हैं, उसमें से क्यूरेट करके बताते हैं कि these concerts are good, and we take into account there's a music concert, we look at what is the easiest for them to attend in terms of just physical. This 94-year-old lady, when we take
Logistic.
her to a
Yeah.
we pick a hall where she has to walk 6 steps.
That's it. Yeah.
The car goes near the door, 6 steps, and she's seated. We get a seat that is close to the exit, so she has to leave. So those are the little finer details that we tie in. Our job is to ensure that they get to experience and remove as many impediments as possible from there. And you will be surprised what excites them. So last week in Chennai, we took 12 elders to the mall. Just a
Wow.
mall.
Wow.
Just a mall, showed around. We had a cup of coffee, snacks, and this thing, and chit chat, and so on. And the next request that came from them was, take us on the metro rail. So things that are very small seems like so an activity center, we did think about it before COVID. We did think about setting up an activity center for them. There'll be a library, there'll be some board games and so on and so forth. And then COVID came and that went out of the window. But now we realize that is not what they don't want to go from one set of 4 walls to another set of 4 walls. They want to go to a public place. They want to feel normal.
That is so sweet. Yeah, that is so sweet. Yeah.
So एक movie release हुआ था. I don't know if you it's Mani Ratnam's Ponniyin Selvan. It's an epic.
Yes. Yes. I've seen.
Two
PS.
parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we took 200 of our members to these movies, and
Wow.
it is not a special screening. It was a regular theater, regular show, where we picked seats that are convenient for them, gave them popcorn, coffee, everything, arranged all the logistics, car, shower, everything for them to come and experience. And there was this one gentleman who needs a wheelchair to go from his bed to the bathroom, and he the movie.
Wow.
So, so this is things that we just take advantage of what is there. There's plenty that's happening in the city. We take
Correct.
that and well, have them experience it. Yeah.
Beautiful. A
You
few
could even
comments have
take.
come. Sorry. A few comments have come. Very well said, sir. This is a major concern these days with people busy with their professional lives, struggling and worried about old parents. Great initiative.
Thank
Very
you.
good thought and initiative. Any help is good when our parents are old and for some reason we cannot stay with them. It's reassuring to know our parents are safe and happy. They sound very genuine, and when they speak itself, so the way they look excited, good vibe. Those are beautiful comments, and I just wanted to share that with you. So yeah, and I could imagine 200 people you're taking to that interesting movie, PS1 or PS2. Maniratnam's definitely needless to say, his directorial movies are absolutely brilliant, and nobody would miss Maniratnam's movie. And that too, when you take these 200 people, I can imagine, I can visualize how happy and how interesting they must be feeling on their face. So that's amazing. I mean, this is something really you're doing something different, and going to their place and making them feel that giving them that kind of a vibe, where they feel that okay, somebody is there to take care of us, always. And as you rightly said, Prayojana is definitely part of the family they should feel, and that's amazing. And of course, as you said, 59 is the youngest and 94 is the oldest. That quite a huge age
Yeah. Yeah.
differences. So if somebody wants to help the organization, or is it like a possibility, like do they have to enroll someone for that, or they can just also help? If let's say if I want to help the organization for you guys to run or something, is that something you are open to for such?
Ajivji, you are helping us by having. So that is a thousand thanks, a million thanks to you for that. So we are a company. And we are a self-funded company right now. So when we look to invest in something more, perhaps a lot more technology than what we are doing right now, yeah, we will. Will be grateful for investments at some point in time. We don't know whether it's this year, next year, I don't know. But the biggest help that we can get is to spread this message that there is this company called Prayojana, which acts as enablers for you, for the children. And that is an interesting thing, right? So when we put this product together, we had the senior citizens at the center of this. But after 5 years, what we realized is that this is as much a support system for the children living abroad or in a different city as it is for the elders. It really is. We can get a lot of things sorted, but if the Airtel SIM doesn't work, and then you have to call Airtel at 11 in the morning in India time. There's not much you can do sitting in San Francisco. You don't know how to. I'm just giving a little small. I want this nice, this tastiest chekku ennai we call it. Which is oil that is whatever cold pressed gingerly oil. You can't go and do the research. You have to see which oil is the best, tastes best for your father. So it is a enabling system for the children, that so people, if you can spread the message that don't wait for an event to happen, and just see how you can build a little system around the elders on your behalf. I think that will be great. Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant, I would say. I mean, I got lost, in the thought process of how you are approaching these elderly people and, talking to them and bringing them the beauty which is happening in the cities, and, taking them and, like, as you mentioned, somebody asked you to, take, after you taking them to the mall, somebody asked you to take to some other, entertaining place. That's, those are the kind of, I mean, they need those kind of support, they need those kind of positive things happening at that particular age. And I mean, we are all like definitely aging as we, pass every year, and, there's always a different need that exists or that comes on the way as we, move next year, right? And now, how many, you said, how many people you have in your team right now?
We have 26 as of
26 people.
26
Excellent.
people, and we have in 3 different streams. So we started off with, we have the system called a care buddy system. So each elder will have a team of 2 people who are their go-to people, go-to persons, right? So anything. So we don't have a 1-800 number for them to call. Elders like to call somebody whose face they know, right? So they say, hey, hey, good morning, Sriram. They know how he looks, and they know how, and that connection is needed. So they have this care buddy team, so people who are in the actual support. Then we have this team that just focus on health emergencies. Now, hospitalization, something happens in the middle of the night, to jump in and support the care buddies and to ensure that attention is given and so on and so forth. And then we have one team that focuses on just activities. So where is the next event? What can we offer to the elders to make them excited? So they just focus on just that. Now, is this board game event where we bring in some people and say, hey, let's play carom? Is that exciting? So they design that part to it. And I'm not even talking about the team that runs errands for us. And when errands, a popular errand that elders want in India is getting their passbook updated. And it is not one bank. They'll have 3 banks and 3 passbooks. And trust me, it is a task that they don't want to outsource. They'd love to go to the banks themselves, because there are 3 friends who will meet at the bank and they will talk to the cashier and this thing, and there'll be a little thing. But from updating passbooks to getting a mixie repaired to everything, we have people who go run around and do these projects. Yeah.
And what about the, like the food services, for example? Somebody wants someone to come and cook for them, or?
So we don't give food, but what we do is we help them with options.
Okay.
So if there is catering, so typically people ask for catering options, which is a good catering option. So we curate based on their taste and suggest a few options for them to try out. And it is always more than one option. Say, I went to Banaras Hindu University where we got the tastiest food that any hostel can ever serve. Okay. But I used to get bored of it in a month.
Yeah.
I took my wife recently to the same hostel mess and she said, wow, this food is great. And I said, yes, it is great for a month. So any catering option is good for a period of time, and then they get bored. So we give them options. And if they need a cook, we look around and find the right fit and arrange a cook for them to go visit and cook for them. So those things we organize. Just like if my mother asks for something like this, I won't say that's not something that I'll do, you take care of. So we'll figure out a way of supporting that. Yeah.
Wow. So now, what are the plans you have stored for Prayojana for the future to come?
See, as I said, we definitely want to take this to other cities. So that is one. But this is one My friends used to ask when I said, we have this offering, we serve the elderly. And one of the first questions used to be, do you have an app?
Oh,
Okay, and we don't, not yet. Okay, we consciously decided that technology will follow the service. So first is service, and our elderly population, the some are great with smartphones, and they are very comfortable with everything. And there is one couple who still uses a landline, and for them, cordless telephone is too much technology. Seriously,
I
there's no
can,
cordless
yeah,
phone in the house. It's too much
yeah.
technology. So technology is something that we will definitely bring meaningfully. With AI coming up, meaningfully, how can we deploy that? That will be useful to elders, not just to tell the world that we are AI enabled company, but something that can actually be
Yeah.
beneficial. That's something that we are looking at. Yeah.
Great, 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 Venkat sir. I think we are almost now coming to the fag end of the program. Another 5, 6, 7 minutes are left. Now, any message to our audience from both of you? Let's start with you, Venkat sir.
See, when people ask me, what do you actually do? Right?
Yeah.
My answer has varied. I mean, how I used to articulate this was a 10-minute articulation when we started this company. So we stay active, stay comfortable, stay healthy, and we do this and that and so on. Now I realize that what I do, I can actually say it in one sentence. I do everything for my elders that I do for my mother.
Wow.
So there is no list. There is no specific list. And I don't know everything that they ask for either. So we don't know, we don't have answers to everything, but we find a way. We go look around, find. And we realize that we can't do everything by ourselves. So we have carefully cultivated an ecosystem around us, whether it's doctors, nurses, people who serve ginger ale, or people who can get us IPL tickets, anything, right? Carefully cultivated set of an ecosystem that we can rely upon. But here is what I would ask people to think about. Don't wait for an event to happen before thinking of the need to have a support system for you or for your parents. Don't wait for it. Now is the right time. And think about what is it that brings that oomph into their life. So I talked about this of Prayojana, what excites them. The children know the best. What excites the parent. The children know it the best. For somebody, it may be just connecting up with relatives. For somebody, it may be participating in the local temple's festival. It can be anything. But discovering that little oomph that gives them that spark in their life, something that we should think about and see how we can enable, right? Lastly, I want to touch upon this thing about, we are living in a different country, parents are in a different country, where they're not able to come here, we're not able to go there. I'm settled here with my children, and it takes a path towards this word called guilt. We should not be. I firmly believe that we all have the right to do everything that we need to do for our livelihood. My father did it. My father left my grandfather in his native place and came to Chennai for his livelihood. I went to the
Same
US for
thing,
my
yeah.
livelihood. Yeah. So don't just think about what needs to be done and see how you can surround yourself. Yeah, I'll stop
Excellent.
here.
Excellent message, sir. Sir, Sriram, sir.
Yeah, Venkat has covered most of it. But yes, I keep telling our members, children, that look, uh, there's nothing right or wrong in what you do. What you think is the right thing for your parents at that time. is what it should be. So should never have the guilt that maybe I could have done this, maybe I shouldn't have done that. That's never ending. उससे कुछ होता नहीं है. But at the end of it, हम सब, we all want our families to be happy, our families to be healthy, all that, enjoy what they do. That's the only thing that we have, and we have also seen, and all of our people who work with us, who work for us, all got the same. They share the same values. They all want to make sure that there is we serve the elders in the best possible way, without making them feel guilty that they are taking our help instead of the children. No, we don't want that. Also, the fact that because we all are like family and extension. For example, just to add, we all actually end up having lunch at many of our members' places. Many of those parents would think, यार मेरे बच्चे नहीं है यहाँ पे, मैं किसी को बना के खिलाऊं, कोई नहीं है, वो नहीं है तो है प्रयोजना की कोई है, somebody is there, Kavita is there, Venkat, Rupa, Gayatri, somebody is there. So we feel happy being part of it, and there's not much of tweaking that we need to do. It's a very simple thing. Whatever we would have done for our parents, we would do for the elders. But at the same time, we take the children into confidence, just to make sure that everything is in place. Yeah.
Very
Just
nicely said. Please.
One more
Please,
sentence.
please.
One more sentence.
Yes,
Few
please.
more sentences. So, if this is for the audience, so if you have any questions or if you have any thoughts or anything, you don't, or anything that goes in your mind about, just feel free to use us as a sounding board. hello@prayojana.in or venkat@prayojana.in. Just feel free to send an email. We are in the business of serving elders and children. So anything that you want to just sound out, please feel free. And we'll be very happy to share our knowledge and learnings from all this.
Very beautifully said, both of you. And a couple of more comments here. This is a very good idea. They are filling in a very unique need in these times where children and aged parents live in separate households. Many thanks to them for bringing value to the senior lives. Excellent initiative and a welcome step. Great program. This is really good info that you have. I mean, somebody is saying to me. So thank you very much, audience. Beautiful comments. And it is definitely a great program, I would say, because this is something unique I find, or I found rather, in the recent days, that it is like, home away from home, basically. So this is one step closer to the people, your loved people, your loving people rather, and they go to their place and then they take care of their needs. And as Mr. Venkat had put earlier, that they even take them to the mall, they even take them to the theater, they even take them to the entertainment places like concerts and so on and so forth. That's just amazing, because that is what the elderly people need at that moment, because they live a personal connection. They see that there is a personal connection, there is a personal contact. Somebody is there to talk to them all the time. And medically also, they have a team to support as and when needed. So if you have any questions, if you have any requirement, or if you want to be a part of Prayojana, definitely check their website, prayojana.in. Is that the correct website?
Perfect.
Okay. So prayojana.in, and as Venkat mentioned, venkat@prayojana.in, and hello@prayojana.in as well. You can contact them. Otherwise, if you still find challenge, then definitely you can contact me. I will put the right contact to you guys. So with that said, बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत शुक्रिया बोलता हूँ वेंकट जी and also Sriram ji for your time, and you shared all the lovely information about Prayojana, about your organization, so that people can make use of your facility and for their loved ones. एंड विद दैट सेड, एक और भारत अन्वेषण का कार्यक्रम एपिसोड इधर ही मैं ख़त्म करूँगा आज का दिन। और दर्शकों को यही बोलूँगा कि भाई जहाँ पे भी रहिए, तंदुरुस्त रहिए और खुश रहिए और सुखी रहिए, एंड दैट इज़ द मंत्रा ऑफ बीइंग लिविंग ए हैप्पी लाइफ। विद दैट सेड, नमस्कार और गुड नाइट in India, and have a wonderful day in the US. Bye now.
Thank you.